Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Sid Jones with RoX-TV, and I'm here with Eric Kinney. Eric Kinney has a legacy behind him as far as the influence of his music and the things that he has accomplished. Just saw one of the most amazing performances I have seen in a long time. So I'd like to hear, where did this come from? We've heard about the Long Nines and the Loyal Nines. The Loyal Nine, which has got a lot of Boston heritage to it.
The Loyal Nine was the group was the Sons of Liberty prior to the Sons of Liberty. So the first 9 forefathers, if you will, stood up against the tyrants, the British, and that was the original name of the Sons of Liberty, the Loyal Nine. So that was the underground rebellion, so to speak, and it just, I don't know, resonated with me.
What style of, like, because there's so many different like subgenres of punk now, like which one would you like if you were to classify yourself as? Because on the flyer there was street punk, oi punk. You were the only one without any classification.
Still a skinhead, but was a skinhead for a long time. Just happen to have a little bit of hair now. I classify with the working class, skinhead, punk, street rock and roll, whatever you want to call it. That's basically it. It's Coxbar, it's the business, oi, any oi, English, American, love it all. Love the Detroit stuff, love the Chicago stuff. Been doing it a long time, so we've seen a lot of good bands. It's hard to name everybody. So with everything that you've done, like, what's the song that people, if they were going to like listen to you for the first time ever, what song would you suggest? I'm proud of all the new ones I wrote. I always feel like if it comes from a place of passion or something you feel just about, the song's gonna play itself and people will identify with it. So Family's about my daughter, the Loyal Nine, love that song. And anything about family, sticking up for your friends, what you believe in. And then obviously before they even show, they remember us from CL1. Here Come the Boots has always been a crowd favorite, so that's always fun to play.
I gotta ask you this too, like as far as like the punk scene goes, like how are you feeling like about the state of punk right now? Do you feel that punk is dead?
No way. I mean, I've been doing this since 2003. Sam's been doing this since 2003. Ralph, Detroit guys, FCS. That shit's been going on a long time. It's never dead, and it may ebb and flow. Just pretend, state of music isn't the best, but the underground. There's never going to be a shortage of workers. Never going to be a shortage of someone who identifies with us, whether it's Bruce Springsteen or Coxbar. Everybody identifies with the working man.
What do you have planned next? I mean, after this show, which was a kickoff, this started off as like a promotion for a pre-show for the Oi Festival for 2019 up in the Northeast. What's next for you?
Right now, any show that people want me to play, if I get a drummer, this could change the whole dynamic of what it sounds like. However, I think next, talk with Ralph a little bit from Bad Assets. Could be a Detroit show coming up here soon. Solo or not, I'll be there with bells on. So,
well, we're from the Detroit area, and from what we have seen, we've definitely decided, both of us, me and my camera guy, we want to be there for that show. So do you have any where can we find you on social media? Where would we be able to do that?
I don't have anything right now. I will probably get a hold of JC and record a few songs. I got demos on my phone or demos, but I don't think it'd be right to put those out. They're not bad, but I don't want to put out garbage either. So I want to get some recording done before I put it down.
Do you have any shout-outs you want to give to people at home? Or I never even asked you, and I apologize. Where are you from?
I'm from Toledo, 419, born and raised. Always Sam Potts. Sam Potts in the old breed. They gave me this shot tonight. Was in a CL1 with Sam for years. Bad Assets, my guys from Detroit. That's about it, and I'd just like to give a shout out to Danny Dover Spike, no longer with us from First Offense. Unfortunately, suicide's a real thing, and I was gracious enough to play one of his songs.
Yeah, suicide seems to have like poised like a lot of like, you know, artists and like people in today's day and age. And that's one of the things I noticed. You got 1976, like the established year of punk rock, not its first year, but it's established. 1986 was like the year that the hardcore movement had officially come to a halt. And then 1996 we saw a spike, and then 2003 to 2005 there was another spike coming from like the second coming of the unseen and things like that. So that's where your band kind of thrived. How do you feel about like the punk scenes like constantly adjusting? Like, is there like, oh, back in my day it was this way, or do you have like a preference to the current area of like the 2003, or like, man, I'm more of a fan of like what the music was in the 80s?
There's a lot of good bands out there now. Crown Court, Lion's Law, Booze and Glory, whoever you like. Those are the newer version of oi or punk, I guess, in my eyes. They got their own right. They got their own sound. It's good. Anybody who's doing it themselves, like me, a lower level, does it for the love. Sam Potts, I always love his music. Bad Assets, always love their music. We do it for passion. It's passion and fun, and it's what we do and it's what we care about, and hopefully that gets portrayed in what we do. I don't have a year that I like more than the other. But, I think it works city to city, whether you're in Pittsburgh or Chicago or, we've went to Louisville, which I was surprised as shit that people liked oi music in Louisville. So, city to city. City to city, Chicago's big. It just depends on where the workers are, Maybe LA doesn't like it or New York doesn't like it, but the working class cities like it.
Well, the working class, like, with street dogs and things like that, like, there's so many people that are like, man, that's what I do for a living, flogging Molly. They were doing their Celtic music. Then they kind of went workers' songs a little bit with their album Swagger. What is your advice to people getting into the punk scene, or people that have never witnessed the punk scene? What's your advice to them of, like, maybe giving them some, like, words to want to at least go to a show? Like, what would you suggest?
If you're starting a band, or if you're whatever, you want to get out there and make music, don't make a song that you want somebody else to like. Sing about what you know, sing about what you've been through, where you came from, and it'll come off a whole lot. It always came off to me as genuine. So if someone's got the balls to go up there with a guitar and sing about what they're passionate about, and it conveys that, I'll probably like it, and it doesn't matter if it's a country dude or a fucking oi band. They're singing from their heart, and I don't think you can deny anybody that.
Eric Kinney, I appreciate you sitting down with RoX-TV today. It's been an honor. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Sid Jones. This is Eric Kinney. Please make sure you are checking us out on RoX-TV. Make sure you're following Eric Kinney on social media, and make sure you're checking out his music when it's available for other people to listen to it. I know you said you got demos. Do you have like a planned like release date for like an upcoming project? Like maybe you've got like something that's like kind of like in the future by chance?
As soon as someone volunteers for drums, it'll definitely change. So more to come.
We are looking for a drummer, and there's more to come. Thank you guys for tuning in, and make sure you stay with us because we have more coming for you here at RoX-TV.
If you've enjoyed this video from
RoX-TV.com,
make sure you follow RoX-TV on Facebook and YouTube. If it's underground, we're there.